Hi, everyone. Hi, Candid Culture. How are you doing this evening? Hey, Misha.
Hey y'all, how are y'all? Hey Crystal.
I like
What's
I like the
oh,
tie dye. Let's get into it. I hope. How does this renewed look?
Saturday?
This renewed because we got to hurry up and go is by Miss Misha Allen. So I mixed a little renewed up with some liner, and I just got to blend, as Misha Allen would say, blend it together. Let's get it going. This was Meet the Exes Day at on Ready to Love. Hold two shakes. 1 second. Sorry. Uh-oh. I'm having issues.
Oh,
Hold on, y'all. Let's get going. So, while I figure out what's going on with my computer, the first episode, did you guys see coming in and see Miss Camille say, there's two sets of heels here?
I wanted to touch on that because that's kind of what I meant about not that particular moment, but when she was leaving and you see them in the hallway and she's like, don't she got somewhere to go? Don't
Mm-hmm.
she that's what I mean about her sense of humor. You can see where like sometimes maybe she is joking or
Okay.
why maybe he perceives it as joking, but um yeah, I think sometimes she is like it's a part of her sense of humor. Then sometimes I'm like, you doing a bit too much.
I could see that. I could see where you think that she's joking, but she's and it does come off like a joke. Like, she's joking, but she's serious. Like she wants them all to herself type of thing.
Yes, but I think that's how she probably leads the men on, because I think part of it is joking, part of it she's serious, but I think it kind of sends the message to some men that she's more serious than she actually is. Then that's what ends up being the Black Widow thing and so forth.
So that lets the guys know that she's really into them.
Hmm.
I can see that. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. That makes sense. Hold on, hold on. I think we got it now. I think we got it now.
Let me see. Let's see if I'll pull it up online.
Y'all, give me two shakes.
Okay, y'all.
Give me two shakes.
Hold on one moment, y'all. Let me see if I can pull it up myself. Just bear with us. So, what did y'all think of this episode? What did y'all think about? I don't want to. I don't want to get too far ahead of it because we got a lot to talk about. But just let me know who y'all were feeling and weren't feeling. Now I'm having connection issues, child. Here. Uh-oh. Okay, it's okay. Let's see these comments. Kimberly says, I really enjoyed this episodes. The ladies didn't really ask questions like I thought they would. I'm not really feeling these ladies. I'm just not feeling nothing between anyone. It was just like I just get this like, okay, we're on a show, we're here, let's meet the exes, I feel like it's just a show. Like it doesn't seem like anything is really going on. I will say the whole Zadia. Why are people making comments about Zadia using Naeem? That's what kind of stuck out to me because I was like, hold up now. Maybe there is something going on behind the scenes with that because how is she using? Is she a gold digger? Like, what? I don't get it. This Kirby said this episode was boring. It surely was. Like they could have easily spiced this episode up. Just put Dante's baby mama on there. Like put the baby mama. You'll get us wondering and blah blah blah. Like that's all they had to do. I'm not feeling Tasia. I think she had valid points because I kind of feel like she was the third wheel in a sense with a lot of these dates, not just with last night, with the other bar date. I think she was like the fifth wheel on that one. So I kind of understand, and maybe her anger is because it keeps happening. But I think when you just show her anger on one date, it seems like she's overreacting or whatnot. Would you like to know who I am feeling? We already know Kimberly. Sydney was ready, but Sydney knows the most about Frank when it came to answering, like, asking those questions. That's what was kind of seemed very showy to me because you already know this man more than the other women. So, what questions could you? It didn't make sense. I can really use every week. I'm confused how you're attracted. We will get into Cornelius and this ex because I have an opinion about that. You know, I agree though, Monique. I couldn't be with Cornelius. He is not the man for me, but I can kind of see how him and the ex could hit it off. I could see how he could be a man with him and the ex. Like, I see that. I see how he can be the man in the relationship there. But as far as with Camille and what is old girl's name? Courtney, there's no chance of him being the man with them two. But I think because the ex has kind of different morals and sorry y'all. We're gonna get it together, I promise. Okay, I am almost there. So let me bear with this, y'all. Bear with us. But like I was saying, I feel like Cornelius he can be the man in the relationship with his ex. But I think when he is trying to go for women like Camille or Courtney, he will easily get ran over. All right, y'all. Let me see if I can get this going. I appreciate y'all in the chat. Monique King, Kimberly Reviews, Kirby. Thank y'all for keeping the comments alive while we are having some difficulties. Kirby said, well, Dante was not going to let his baby mamas on the show. Maybe not. Let me see. Y'all. Wait one moment. We're almost there, so we can do our whole shebang like we usually do. Let me see. Let me share my screen. Okay, we are up and at 'em. Let me go into Canva and put it on present though. Okay, y'all, here we are. We are there. Thank y'all for hanging in with us. You're gonna take you so angry. So go sit down. I know. Go sit down. So then, oh, did Crystal go back out? Okay. But anyway, so did y'all see this? This was on the wall, Kimberly. Kimberly, this was on the wall. This was what was on the wall in your man's house. This is your man, right? This is what was on the wall. So this is your man with the rainbow paints all over him on the wall. Like, how do y'all feel about this? This is what like stuck out to me and caught my eye. And I was like, what? It was very weird. It was very, very weird. But yeah, I don't like calling people gay or anything like that because that's none of my business. I'm not going to say that, but this is very, look at the colored contacts. He even got colored contacts in his eyes for this shoe. And yeah, it's a little out there.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, y'all. Chrome and I have been having a love-hate relationship as of late, but I'm here. Yeah, I'm glad that you put that up. Well, you know he's a model, right? So,
I didn't know he was, what is he modeling? Is he modeling paint or
well, I
just
think
for
that somebody
Lowe's or
asked to do,
Michael's, Home
I,
Depot? I don't
no,
know.
I think that somebody asked to do a life-size caricature of him, like as a cyborg or something like that. I think that that's what happened. He's a model, and but this is more telling of, this is Cornelius. You know how people are like real quiet, but that's not their real personality, and you know their real person. There's a different person down deep. Like that's his quiet. Like we call, some people are calling him mama's boy or church boy and stuff like that. That's his personality that we're seeing, but this is the real him. And I don't mean undercover or anything like that. I mean that he wants to show him as many layers of Cornelius. He's saying that he's, you know, yeah. I think that that's the real Cornelius. So yeah.
Mm, we
Mm.
will see. Let's get into this X. I first off want to say that because people were coming in my comments because I called her homely. I don't think home, first of all, I'm homely, but anyway, I don't think that that means she's not beautiful. People are like, she's beautiful. I said, I never said she wasn't. I did say she was beautiful, but compared to Camille or Courtney, she's not that same type of girl. And I'm not even talking about looks, I'm talking about demeanor, values, that whole thing. You see a difference in how she presents herself versus Camille or Courtney. Even Camille straightened up when she got in the presence of Tanika. So I think, but I can kind of see how Cornelius would be better off with a Tanika versus a Camille or a Courtney because I think their kind of morals or aligned, or I guess because Cornelius kind of gives me the church boy, like he goes with whatever his mother or father says type of thing. But if he actually had genuine interest in her and it wasn't just for the approval of his father, mother, the church, or something like that. I think this would be a great woman for him. I definitely see it. I think he needs to stick in this lane because he can't really handle someone with a temperament like Camille or Courtney.
I agree. I think that he really wants to do more, but he's not going to get there with Camille. Like I said, that picture that told us a lot about him. And then looking at his ex, who's very, just put together. I'm not even going to say homely. Just with the the necklace, the neck piece, and just the way she carried herself. She's just a different type of. I mean, she had makeup on. It was just a different style. She's totally different style than Camille, and that's who he's. That's who he. That's who's more aligned with his faith. That's who's more aligned with him. Um, and even though people like Camille are attracted to him, that may not be who he really wants to align with in the long run, for the for the long haul. So I actually kind of do see how they could get along. Him and Tanika, very pretty, very. And here's the thing: Tanika did not put her down. Camille feels bad about the three engagements. Tanika didn't say anything about it. Tanika's, she said, okay, three
But it was
engagements.
on her face that she was judging
Oh, it's
because
gonna
she
be.
did a little like sit back in her chair. Like you can tell she was kind of like, okay, that's a red flag.
But she said three relationships is one thing, but engagements is another. She said because yeah, the engagements are another. Yeah, you're gonna. It's it isn't necessarily a judgment, but it is something that you would have to think about, and that's what's bringing Cornelius to pause too. And we all think the same thing, that it's like, why three engagements? So we've all had that same question. Like,
Mhm.
and I think he said that Tanika said three engagements is one thing, but three divorces is another. So that's not horrible, but it does say something. I think that she feels even. I think Camille said Camille feels a certain type of way about it. Yeah.
But let's get into Camille's attitude because she did a total 180. First of all, I thought she was because to me, Sabrina was kind of getting smart with the ex. So I thought Camille was gonna, expected Camille more to do that as far as like giving the ex a little bit of attitude. But Camille straightened up, child. Camille was polite. She was mellow mannered. I was like, where did this come from?
But Camille is, and somebody else later on, I feel like she just knows how to answer questions, not rehearsed, but she just knows. What did our friend the gay husband say last week? Like a politician or something like that. I was like, oh, your answers are so good. Like you just know how to answer these questions. So I just got the impression that she knows how to put on. She knows how to pull it together.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got the impression of Camille. Yeah, she straightened up when, just like you at church. She's not gonna give that attitude to the pastor. She's gonna straighten up, or when she's talking to her father, or when she's talking, or at school, she's probably a different type of person than she is when she's, at the club or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I just got the impression that she just knows how to answer these questions. Hmm.
I love this scene, yo. I was cracking up because this is something I would do when she was like, "No, she got somewhere to go. How long is she gonna stay here? Well, are you gonna call me? You sure?" Like, it just made me laugh because that's something I like. That's a way I would joke with someone. So I think this scene kind of showed her a little lighthearted versus like the nice, nasty or the possessive, controlling Camille that they show. But I thought this scene was funny.
Okay, so go with me here. Look at Cornelius's body language. Everybody's saying that he's not picking up signs, but he seems very relaxed and he likes the fact that that Camille is into him. He seems
Do you
very
do you think Camille's been in that house before?
oh yeah, oh yeah, because she walked in and she said, "There's another set of heels here." Like the way she said it, like I didn't bring
Like,
the
how
heels.
does she know people leave the shoes at the door? How does
Right,
she
that's what I'm
know? Because everybody doesn't do that.
saying.
So
Nope, not
how did
everybody
she?
does that.
You right?
Okay. I just think that she's been in that house before. I'm not saying that they've done anything. I'm just saying that she has been in that house before. That's it. She's been in that house before for sure. Mm-mm.
Let's see. So here we have Shiloh, Phil, and the ex. So we see Shiloh saying hello. Here is the ex. She's very beautiful. I'm like, what went wrong with her?
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about the ex?
I thought she was very pretty. I thought that she asked good questions. I think that they cut some of the questions. It seemed like it was kind of cut some cutaways. So I wonder how many, what did we not see? I think that they cut some questions to add to Tassia's the looks on Tassia's faces. There were just too many like quick bites of Tassia's face, like annoyance, and it looks like she was just not sweating because she was frustrated, but just sweating because of the environment. It didn't look like she was like, it just looked like she was like, I'm hot. This is a bar. Like it just looked like she just looked uncomfortable. Not because
Mhm.
of anything negative. It just looked like, okay, why y'all keep getting this girl in these this bad looks? Like, come on, do better.
Mhm.
I just got that that she just like I'm sweating, I'm hot, I'm in this corner, and I'm just not comfortable, and I don't want to be here. That type of, and then they kept doing it. They did like three cutaways of the looks on her face, and then she's like, "Okay, look like what's his name? Him and Shiloh, and off in the corner like I'm a third wheel." It did give that impression, like why they put him in that spot on the, and maybe that's where they could, that's the only place that they could get those shots, but I just thought it was just kind of set up for to see it to fail on that in there.
I guess I just think at the end of the day, I just feel like Phil is not into her.
He
So
wasn't.
I don't even think it matters if she sat on the left or the right side versus in the third chair. I don't think it makes a difference. I like even if Aisha was there, I don't think it makes a difference because I just think Phil is so physically attracted to Shiloh. I don't think anyone else really matters. And I don't know what Shiloh done putting on, like what she's putting on these men, but it's like she turned Tyrone out. Now she done turned Phil out. And
Mhm.
these men are hooked. Like they don't even wanna like look no other way.
Yes. And
So
I don't think that I don't think that Shiloh is lying or that she's putting on when she's like, I like physical touch. That is my love language. I like to be touched. I like to be affectionate. That this is me. That she's very much, this is me, see me, love me.
mhm.
Yeah, this is me, see me, love me. I do think that Phil should have sat in the middle. But what he said was so interesting. He said, "This is the first time I saw that Shiloh was not confident. She carries herself as a very confident person, and this is the first time that he got the impression she wasn't confident. I don't think
Oh,
it was.
Tasia. Mhm.
Yeah, sorry, I don't think it was a lack of confidence. I just think that she was, yeah, probably a little bit of that, a lack of confidence. But at the same time, she just looked like, I'm done. Like this
I
is
think she
not,
was fed up like
yeah,
Sabrina, how we saw at the end of the episode, because I think there's stuff going on behind the scenes that maybe we're not seeing. And I think if we can see it, she definitely can feel it
yep,
that she's trying with these men. They keep telling her she has her guard up, she has a wall up, but no one's still trying to pursue her.
I
So
agree.
I
I think
think
that's what
she's
it is.
probably irritated.
Yeah, and she knew that, and even Phil has probably given that impression that he likes her, but he really likes Shiloh. You understand what I'm saying? So
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
that, and plus she's like, she's kind of over it. I know that I'm a good woman. I know that I'm a good person, and nobody else is feeling me here. So this is not the place for me to be. That's what I got.
Mhm. So let's get into Frank. He invites Moomin and Sydney, and I don't mean to be rude with the white girl. I don't remember her name.
Her name's
Um,
her name is Leah. It's Leah. I'm not surprised about that. We're both from California. Why does this surprise anybody? Like you
right, like I feel like we have a white girl radar. Like you look at black men, you're like, nah, he only like white girls, or he only into this. I don't know. It's like you can see it. So when she came, I was not a bit surprised because Frank just looked like he liked white girls. So I was not surprised at all.
Well, not just that they only date white girls, that they would date, like that they would date a white girl. Like it didn't even surprise me. You know, he would definitely date a black woman. He's on the show, but that just did not surprise me. So, and
But the thing I will say about these black men, they'll more so wife the white woman, but they'll just sleep around with the black woman. So I'm hoping that's not what he's trying to do with Moomin, because he's hypersexual. So I hope it's not just a sexual attraction, because she's already stated she's abstinent, she's abstaining. So I hope he's taking that seriously. But what did you think about Sydney and her phone full of questions?
I actually appreciated Sydney's phone full of questions. It actually kind of surprised me. I didn't know that she was that serious, that she really wanted to go, let me go down my list. And she literally had questions that had Phil at the top. I didn't see all the questions, but it looked like she was like ready to ask some questions. Um, I did not like her dress. It looked very similar to the dress that she had on last week. But
That's how she dresses, though. She's
that is how
very
she
much IG model esque.
Right, that's true. It was funny her getting up and wiping his brow and getting up and taking the towel, and I was like, "This Phil love is really getting on my nerves. Like, just stop with the Phil love, or not Phil. I'm sorry, he looks nothing
Frank.
like Phil. The Frank love. Just stop with the Frank love. It was just too much for me. I was like, just stop it already." And uh, she said, "I just love everything about him and stuff like that. I do like." And I'm going to bring this up later on, her answer about the kids. I don't know. I don't know if I believe it, but I didn't mind her answer. She's like, God willing, one or two kids. Um,
I understood it.
I did understand it. Like I said, yeah, I was like, huh, because she keeps giving that same answer. So she must be true. It must be honest. Moomin's like, I just love his love of people. And he just loves people, and he's just so giving to his friends. I was just like, what? How do you know that? How do you really know that about this man? Yeah, Moomin's dress was very pretty. When he saw Moomin, I did look at this though. When he saw Moomin, he literally got up and said, "Come here, girl," and he really wanted to give her a big hug and scoop her up.
But when he saw Sydney, he said, "Oh, damn." So you see the lust as you see
Mhm.
that kind of just sexual attraction. Moomin, she finally said something smart. She could have been saying something smart this whole season, but from what they shown, we wouldn't know. But this episode, because Sydney claims she wants to be married, but not right now, just eventually, blah blah blah. And Moomin was like, "Well, it doesn't take a man that long to know if he's
1 to
attracted
2
to you,
years.
so you don't need to be dating a man 3 or 4 years waiting around for a ring. He should already know within that
Mhm.
first year." And I was like, "Thank you, Moomin." I was like,
I agree.
"Wow, like maybe she does have some sense, but they just not showing it." But I definitely agree with that statement.
And a guy's gonna know. He may not propose right away, but a guy would know within 1 to 2 years of dating him that he wants to go further. So that's very true.
Mhm.
Yeah. What were you shocked about? Was the celery? Who said they were? The creative wealth and health. What were you shocked about? About the
The white girl.
Nina?
She said she was a plus size white girl, and that's
Oh
why
yeah,
she
she
was
was.
shocked.
Yeah, she was. She was. She was.
I like her. Kimberly is funny. I was like, Sydney, she just got that, like, she just drunk too much pre-workout and she's too spunky. She got too much spice. Like, she just need a little paprika to just simmer her
Simmer her
down a
down.
little bit. Because I can understand, like, if I met Sydney, I would like her, I would
I
embrace
didn't
her.
think
Like,
I
I
would
like
too.
her personality, but I
Hmm.
understand how in a competition her personality can be annoying.
Can be a little
So
off-putting. Can be a little off-putting.
yes,
You know,
yes.
Moomin is our same sign. Moomin is our sign. And I don't know. She just I feel like they're cutting a lot of her. I'm like, why aren't they really showing the real Moomin or something like that? Because she did, and besides her saying later on that no, I am abstaining until I get married. I We don't know, and that's yeah, we said that
Right.
I know she's a singer, but what else about Moomin? I don't know anything else
With
about.
all these people, it's like nothing. I'm like, we met their friends, we met their exes, we still don't know nothing.
Yeah, we don't
So,
know anything.
mhm.
Okay, Dante. First of all, they were all wearing colors from the same color wheel. I liked his ex. I don't think that that was an ex mother of his children. I think that that was just an ex. A lot of people are asking that question, and why didn't he have an ex mother of his children? Because I'm trying to
I
stop.
want to see a baby mama.
I
Bring the
I
baby
do.
mamas, all
So,
trios.
but also that's it's already uncomfortable for these guys to even ask for that. So I would not be surprised. And the weird thing is, I don't discard. Remember last year how not Aisha, what's her name? Alexa brought a boyfriend from college, like that she hadn't even been with in over 15 years. So you don't know where this ex, what where he was in his life to have this ex, you know.
Mhm.
So I got that impression with her and Walter's ex, who we'll get to in a second. But um I did like what she said. So it was so interesting. And I really wasn't discounting Zadia for saying it or for asking the question. But when she brought it up, I was like, huh, she's kind of right. You know, what are the who was the date with? I don't remember who the date was with. But
Who? Oh,
who
this one?
who did Dante he brought Zadia and who?
Zadia and Shiloh.
And Shiloh, but that is Shiloh's personality. She's very much like not just peaceful, but like optimistic, bright side of things, that type of person. And Zadia was like, "What are the red flags?" So I was like, "Huh." The date kind of picked that up. That why did she ask for red flags, and Shiloh didn't even touch on it. It did seem like they were comfortable with each other. Him and his ex, that they were just like best friends, you know,
Mhm.
that type of thing. Yeah,
I was definitely because
I
when
wasn't.
he went back to the ex's table, not the ex's, the liberation table, and he said they went and had another conversation, I was like, uh-oh, are you dipping back in the X pot and like trying to scoop her back up, or like, because I was wondering, it does seem like they still have like a little bit of chemistry. I was also wondering because she said when he moved to DC, things started changing in him. I was like, so where the kids at? But I'm gonna mind my business. It don't matter
Yeah,
where they at.
I
But
actually, and I never agree with Kirby, but I actually kind of agree with him. Like, why put him in that situation and her and the potential Shiloh and Zadia in that situation and the ex in that situation? Like, that's gonna be
but he
real.
said they were on good terms, so that's why to me, if you're really on
Mm-mm.
good terms, then why not?
You're in good terms until you're not. They're probably on good terms because they don't the three exes don't associate with each other. Like you're yeah. You just don't know until how somebody's gonna turn when they see you sitting next to Shiloh with her boobs out. Like okay, they'd be on good terms until then, or mm-hmm. Don't let
If they're on
don't
good
let
terms, they
him
have an understanding that they just need to co-parent and not date. But
understanding.
that might not be his good terms, so maybe that's why he couldn't have them on there. But to me,
You on good
If
terms?
I hear good terms, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, you just don't know. You on good terms until don't let him having to be with a baby mother and sitting next to Sydney. People would be flipping tables. Baby mama, shoot. Yeah, I don't. I would not.
Zadia's attitude, it was a bit much.
Zaddy,
I was over it.
yeah. And honestly, this is the real Zadia, and I think that that's what the guys meant. We'll talk about the liberation later on, but she was like, "I need some more tequila," and she started drinking. And I actually thought, I said, "Oh, are we going to get a Mirla sighting here? Are you going to start drinking too much? Like, what is about to happen?" And she just,
I'm like, was it that serious that you need to drink more alcohol because another woman is there? And I'm like, at this point, you should know that production controls all of this. They set all of this up. So
right,
I don't understand. Like, it's like they're just acting. It's just annoying. I don't know.
right. I agree. I think that, yeah, it was just, but Zaddy tightened up. Zaddy, go to the next picture. Go to the next. Just go ahead and go to the next picture real quick for me. I got you. Please go ahead and go. Go ahead and go to the next. I just need that one right there. I just need that one right there. First of all, and I will talk about Miss Sabrina. First of all, she was like, "Are you crazy?" She asked Sabrina if she was crazy, and Sabrina, I loved her answer. She said, "I'm too classy and smart to be crazy." She said,
Yes, I loved it.
to be crazy. Why? Because I walked in here put together. Why? Because I walked in here like and said I'm about my business. Oh no, she's crazy. Like so because she's like carrying herself a certain way, she got to be crazy. I was like, girl. Now, yeah, and Sabrina one, I think that she was already surprised and taken back. She was already, and we'll talk about it in a second when we go to her last scene. But I just like the way Sabrina carries herself. I just like Sabrina, you know.
Yeah, I love that answer because we don't need to be crazy girlfriends. We like just pick a good dude. Like, first of all, if you're making me crazy, if you're making me have these reactions, I don't need to be with you. I will say I do not think this is Walter's ex. I'm not believing it. I don't know if it's a cousin. I don't know if he went to homecoming with her freshman year of high school. Now he want to call her an ex. I don't believe they dated even when she looked at Sabrina and she said yeah, you're Walter's type. I'm like, Sabrina is totally opposite of you. So how did he date you and now you're saying that Sabrina is his type, which makes me think they're friends. She's like been around other girlfriends or maybe the
No,
wife, and I'm just like,
no,
why? Like,
you just answered your own question.
what?
Sabrina's his type. She wasn't. They may have had one or two dates, and he may have even said, "I like a more sophisticated woman."
No,
I
no,
just
she got
don't
the
think.
Flavor Flav glasses
Well,
on
that's what
top
I'm
of her
saying. He
head.
wasn't.
She looks like she is straight out of Flavor of Love season one. I just
He
don't
wasn't his type. He
believe.
wasn't.
I don't
She
believe it.
said, she
I
said,
don't believe it.
I wasn't his type. You are. That's what she was saying. I was not. I'm not his type. You are more his type. That's the nails, and I struggle to wonder how you wipe situations with them nails.
That could be easy. All she gotta do is roll the toilet paper around the nails and
Oh,
then swipe, and she'll be fine.
well, I'm glad you just gave me that tutorial because I was just not even. I was not. I could not even put it together. I just did not. It did not come together in my head. So I'm glad you said that. But I think that what she was saying was that Sabrina. So she was saying you're his type. I'm not. Um. Yeah.
But how would she know? Like, so she sticked around long enough to figure out what his type was. Like, it's not all the way adding up for
No, they
me.
may have were just friends and then they dated it once or twice, or just like Liz, as we know, that guy, what's his name? Clarence they were friends in college. They tried dating, it didn't work. that type of person. They weren't really like real together. So maybe,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? They were maybe always friends or
Yeah.
that. So I think it's
Sabrina's attitude was a little off-putting. I did like her answer for the crazy thing, but it was just like she was trying to get up out of there. She didn't want no parts. Even when she said, "I'm not going to ask you any questions because I don't need your opinion on how I feel about him. I don't need you to confirm anything." And I'm like, "But you just had Sean sit with all your friends and he was supposed to ask questions. He was supposed to get more information. Like Walter even used that moment in meeting her friends to get confirmation on what he already knew about Sabrina. So I didn't really understand that. I don't know. It seemed she did seem a little irritated. By the way, big condolences to Sabrina. She did lose her mother. I meant to start out with that, but I forgot.
we should have started with
But she
absolutely.
did lose her mother, so big condolences are going out to Sabrina on that.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. We should have started with that. And I had it, made a note of it to talk about that as well.
I made
Condolences,
a mental note and forgot.
right, to Sabrina Soul. Um, yeah,
Mhm.
condolences and praying for you and your family. Yeah, absolutely. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, Sabrina was petty for the setup last episode with Sean. We talked about that, and she said that she wasn't set up. I think that, she said, I told my friends everything. I think she didn't know how the friends were going to react. Yeah, so, but this is just hilarious with the nails. I think I think that Sabrina was done with it. Like you said, that her attitude with I can't remember the girl's name, but I think that she was just so frustrated with the whole week. She was like, this is the week where the men, get sick, and you guys, no one reached out to me, no one called me. I'm just like left in the dust. Mhm.
Oh my goodness, high vibe. I
And
can't.
that because the ex looked crazy. She didn't look like she would have given helpful information. It was obvious that this ex was there for TV. Oh, absolutely, with the nails, but at the same time, she was like, I really don't have to talk to you about, like, I can discuss it with Walter. Walter and I have a connection and that's it. Yeah. It was and she was very quick. Like she was like, I have a stylist appointment. Like
Right.
yeah, she was like, I'm not here for this. I'm not having it. Mm-mm,
I agree.
mm-mm.
Let's get into this next date, child. We have
Oh,
Zadia, Naeem, and the ex. And I'm kind of well, the only thing that stood out to me is not people, but the ex Frank are making comments about Zadia kind of trying to get over on Naeem. And I'm like, where is this coming from? What are they seeing that we're not seeing?
okay, so I think, and this is and we're gonna go to the deliberation in a minute, but I think that how we were talking about how Zadia's attitude and Zadia's the way she's carrying herself a little bit. I think that a lot of the other guys are seeing that, and they're saying that she's getting over on him. Like he's only seeing the nice, sweet side of Zadia. That's what I think that they're saying, that she's getting over on you, and there's a different side to Zadia. That's what I think. I think that.
Okay. Because the ex even said something, girl, high vibe. That's what I was wondering too. Because he sure did say he
Oh,
likes
he did.
natural hair and no makeup. And all the women he's went on dates with got a full face of makeup and a lace front. But okay.
Absolutely, I do remember that high vibes. Yes, he likes that natural African look, and that's not, but that's also not what's on the show. None of the ladies are like that. Not one.
Yeah. There's Shiloh, but I still think that might be a wig or some clip ins. I don't know. But the ex, she kind of said, you like the big booties, and everyone you're with, they're either trying to, like, they're either on the come up or trying to get over on you.
Yep,
So
she
I
did
thought
say
that
that.
was interesting.
So what does Naeem do? That was what I was wondering. Like, what does he do?
He the cyber, was he a cyber person? A cyber security or something? Or
There's another guy, Dante Cybersecurity.
no, it was the cyber something. I don't know what exactly he does, but I think it's some type of web security. I don't know.
So, and that's exactly what I think. I think that Zadia was, so she said Zadia wasn't 100% with Victoria. She was acting normal. Well, that's her normal. Like, I think that there is, as we're seeing, a different side to Zadia that a lot of these outtakes are seeing. And like, she's constantly looking for red flags, which is what she mentioned with Naeem's date too. She was like, he doesn't like to cuddle. Oop, red flag. Like, oop, red flag. Oop, red flag. Oop, red flag. Like, she's just doing this the whole time. And
Mm-hmm.
stop doing that. She needs to stop being like this. Like, I gotta um always be on guard. Always
Mm-hmm.
be on guard type of thing. That's what I think. But I do think it's something to what the guys are saying. Uh that there's a different type, there's a different person up in there. Hmm.
I do, as far as what I'm seeing that's coming out now with her being on 100 and all that, I think she definitely has a nice nasty, but I think the nasty's starting to come out a little more. We see she's kind of ganging up with Camille. As far as we see their friends on Instagram, but we see on the show they're kind of making a bond too. So I'm getting a little Mean Girls vibe that might be going on between them two.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if that's what the ex, I think maybe Frank, that's what Frank meant about like the nice nasty, or like there's a different side of her. But I think the ex meant like she might be trying to come up financially. But
Mm.
I don't know.
No, I
Or
do
maybe
agree.
they just both sense that she's not like, there's kind of a facade with her.
Well, I think the X means that a lot of women have tried to or have dated you to be on the come up. Like, a lot of
But
women see
how does she
you.
know that? That's my thing with these exes. How do you know their type? How do you know who's trying to get over on them? So it's making me think some of these exes might be friends, relatives, and I'm not mad at it because I would do the same thing if they told me to bring an ex on the show. But so, I don't know. So
But,
I'm kind of feeling like maybe not every single one of these women is actually an ex.
so, and you think that because, well, why didn't it work out with them? If why are they exes? Like, if they're,
No, because it seems like they're friends. Like they know things a friend would know. Like if I dated you and it didn't work out, I don't need to know your type. I don't need to know how, like, what women got over on you and all these different things. They seem to know details as if they're still in touch or they keep in contact. So I'm starting to think they're friends. Some people have different definitions of an ex.
yeah,
So
that's what I.
maybe they exchanged numbers and texted for a week and decided, you know what, we're better off as friends, not an actual
Yeah,
relationship. So now they got them on the show talking about they an ex.
they're definitely familiar high
So
vibes. I think that they're familiar. I think that, and I feel like he said it's been a long time. We haven't talked in a while or something like that. But we don't know what broke them up. Like, maybe they dated and she may have kids and he doesn't, or what have you. We don't know what it was, because she was also, excuse me, very vocal, saying that he's not affectionate. The communicate, well, who, what was another ex saying that his communication is actually, Lena was actually very um transparent. She said he's good, in person communication, but on texting not so good. Like, so a lot of them were probably their exes, but they broke up for whatever reason, or they could be a friend, it could be, or, and I honestly, I keep going back to last season. Liz's ex went to college together. Alexa's ex. Like they
That
weren't.
wasn't really an ex. Like that's what I mean. Like
That's what
Liz's ex, when she broke it down and explained it, I'm like, that wasn't really your ex. It's like y'all thought about a relationship but decided that wasn't the route. So that technically wasn't really an ex. So that's what I'm kind of getting from these people. Like maybe it was just a misconnection as far as romantically, but you guys still remain friends. So yeah,
right.
it is safer. I'm not mad at it, but
It
I'm
is
just saying you
safer.
can tell.
Right. And like Liz, I think that they dated like a couple of times, but they knew that they were better off being friends. Same with this girl. Maybe, yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah, he was kind of like a big brother. This was funny. This was like, and she doesn't look super alert here with but this always makes me laugh. The fake working out, like always makes me laugh. Like they said, okay, come in 10 minutes early and pretend you're working out on the elliptical or whatever. I'm like, why'd you do that? Just walk
I
in
was like,
together.
why did she have her booty in Phil's face when she climbed on that machine and was like, is this how you do it? Oh, girl, you know, you got that spandex on. You all in his face.
Like the fake workout cracks me up every time I see these reality shows. So they had a good conversation, but at this point, I still feel like Shiloh, if they met during the pool party, why wasn't he somebody to introduce to his ex instead of
That was like 4 episodes ago. That was a while
that's what I'm saying.
ago. I just feel like this connection is a little bit too late in the
That's what
game.
I'm
It
saying. It's
seems like he's zoned in on Shiloh. So I just feel like, what
why
was the point of this?
That's what I'm saying. Why even do that? Why? And I feel like I said, what is with this filler scene? You guys needed something to
Yes,
throw in because at this point he's got this connection with Shiloh. We didn't even see Aisha all episode,
that
so
was weird.
yeah, and I
How do
don't
you
even
have her telling this like heart wrenching
remember.
story and then you don't have her? Well, we know it's probably not Phil, but as far as productions in, how do you not have her meet his ex with Frank? I don't know if Frank was jealous about her whole connection with Sean and they fell off there. And then next episode, it seemed like Aisha is connecting with Dante. And I'm like, this is so weird. Like, none of this makes sense. Like, how? I don't know.
So this is a filler scene. One, two. I don't remember who at the deliberation said I still like. I still am feeling something with Aisha, but also I think that Aisha may have had to work. Maybe because she owns her own salon. Maybe she couldn't make it. Just like Moomin said, she had a singing gig, which and Sabrina had to work too. Maybe she just couldn't make it to that day with meeting the exes or whatever. But I just think
Mhm.
that it was really interesting that they had to throw a picture of Aisha in there at the last minute during the deliberation. I don't even know who said that they still were interested in talking to Aisha. It was just, this is a filler scene.
I don't
And
remember them saying her name. I don't know if
yeah, no, they
someone said
did
her name.
at the end. I just don't remember, was it Dante or who said I'm still feeling Aisha, but she wasn't a part of the Meet the Exes crew. She wasn't.
That's weird.
And I think maybe she just couldn't make it that day, so they just like threw an outtake, some B-roll of her, some B footage.
I don't know. But
Oh, it was Dante. It was Dante that said that. Felt something with
this
Aisha.
scene cracked me up. I was like, first of all, why are they on the side of a road? Like, where is this location? Like, where did they drive to meet here? Because they were literally on the side of a dirt road. I'm like, was there a little kid with a lemonade stand? Where did they get lemonade from? It was just so, this meetup was so random to me.
But it was actually kind of cute and funny at the same time. It was like, then they did like an aerial shot of it, and you see the umbrella, the pop-up umbrella. I was like, where are they? Because they're in not Houston, they're in DC. So is this close to her house? Because I think she lives on the Virginia
This
side.
is ghetto. They
So
found some
they just
boxes and said, "Sit
right.
here."
So they just made a they just made like they just made a set. And it was actually it was a cute set. But I was just like, because I know she lives on the Virginia side, I heard. So I was just like, huh. It wasn't a bad set, but I was just like, they really tried it. They really did try it. Like, and they just wanted to do something different because to see him met at a restaurant, and I was like, what is happening here? But it wasn't it was like, this isn't bad. This is kind of cute, but this just
I
looks very
think that's why Sabrina was pissed off. She like, y'all gonna send me home, and then y'all gonna send me home on a dirt road.
you know
Y'all
you're
got
gonna
to
send me
be
out there.
kidding me.
I actually think that this is close to Sabrina's house. No, no offense, but I think that Frank is the one that had to drive far. I believe that Sabrina's like, I'm not going out of my way for this situation. Like, I can meet y'all between this time and this time, because she definitely looked like she was about to go somewhere. Like, she said, I'm a stylist.
Right.
Make sure I dress for every scene that I am in. But yeah, Sabrina's like, okay, I'm not gonna hold my tongue. Yeah, I just think that they created a set. They created something here. Yep. Mm-mm.
It was, but I understood Sabrina's point. I think she was getting irritated because she thought she was getting sent home.
Yeah.
And I understood it because you could see like I could understand her side and Tasia's side, and the fact that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing here, but you men keep saying that I'm unavailable or I'm this, I'm that, and I'm doing everything, and you're sitting there doing nothing. And she called Frank out. She called all the men's out, talking about, I might as well just start like chasing the women at this point.
Yeah. Well, she said, listen, I've called you and you've not called me back. Like, I've called you a couple times, you haven't called me back. So I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna chase anybody that don't want to chase me. Their shoes were fire. Uh, Yeah, she definitely seemed annoyed. Yeah. Mm-mm. It almost did look, and I thought of that too, Monique. It almost looked like they were already at the retreat. They were already there. Wherever this retreat is taking place, they were already,
Wow, that's a good point.
I got that impression that they were already there. I think that's
That
them.
had to be what happened because this don't make no type of sense compared to all the other scenes.
And it was just a throw in, like, okay, you're still, we still want to keep you around. And she's like,
Because I just think they didn't have anyone to go against Tasia
no,
because it really didn't like any other woman. It didn't make sense to put them in the bottom because everyone else had connections and it seemed like solid connections. So I think Sabrina just kind of got thrown in here just like to fill the scene because she really didn't need to be in the bottom because I was just like, even when they started saying her name, I'm like, huh?
right, because it's what between her, Tasia, and Camille, and they're like take Camille off the table because that's, because they don't, nobody wants to go against Cornelius. It's like ridiculous. So they knew to put you know, Sabrina in there. It was just they knew it was um you and these snapshots.
Um, the one thing I'll say about this scene,
I
I appreciated Phil
I
for
agree.
being a man and going there and being the one to send her home and having that last talk with her. Um, no names, but Kimberly's boo Cornelius couldn't even send Courtney home after he kind of gaslighted her and got her in that position anyway. But moving along, I appreciated that Phil went there, had the conversation with her, even though he a little passive too. He wasn't really assertive as to why it didn't work or whatnot. He was sitting there telling you the realist, you this, you that, you a good woman. And it's like, okay, then why am I here? Like if
Right.
I'm all that.
I agree with you saying that, like he said, I wanted to be the one to have a conversation with you, and he said, you the realest one here, you a real one. But she said, even real ones don't get chosen, or even real ones don't get picked. I do think that even she was like, you know what, I'm just not feeling it anymore. And being between Phil and Shiloh, or no, at the end of the table between Phil and Shiloh, she was just kind of, she knew that her man wasn't there. I just got that impression that she was kind of just like, you know what, maybe I need to go. Maybe it's cool for me to go. I appreciate, you sitting down with me and and us having a conversation. But she was at the end of it. It was just not, she was not feeling it at all. Mm-mm. But I do notice when
Mhm.
she gets nervous, she starts to pull on her hair like this. She starts to do this, and she was just
To
kind of,
see it?
to see it. Yeah, she'll do that.
Huh.
Hmm.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, but she just got really. She was done. She was done. She was like, mm. Because that was it. The only person she
Yep.
met was Phil, right?
Yeah, besides Corey and Sean, which all got sent home.
Right, right.
That was it.
And go ahead, next person.
I'm good.
Oh, I almost feel like a lot of them at this point are, that's why they're going with Sean. He is what that at the end of his rope, and he was like, "It's time for me to go." And now,
He
Sabrina,
said, "Thank the Lord" when they told him. I said, "Dang, Sean!" Like,
thank the Lord, he said, "I am done." And so to see it, I feel like she was kind of just like, "I'm over this." And even Sabrina, she was just like, it's time to go." Mm-mm. So I know
I,
he ain't here.
I guess we'll end this with our final predictions for next episode because I guess next episode is the men. So I don't know who will go home.
Who is Dante? Who is Dante meeting with, Shiloh and Zadia?
Yes.
Huh. I don't think it's gonna be Walter. I feel like it might be Zadia. I'm sorry. I feel like it might be Dante. Naeem,
Really?
that's
But
interesting.
him and Aisha seem to get hot and heavy on this next
Oh,
episode with the back
right,
rubs and stuff. So I don't know.
right.
We got Naeem, we got Dante.
Send Frank home, who really likes him there, who really likes him here. Sean was so done after the firing. So, oh yeah, he was good. Yes, Candence, he was done. He was like, no, it's time for me to go.
Well, they say if you can't take the heat,
Cornelius.
and all I'm gonna say is I have never seen no journalist that tongue tied in my life. But
So Cornelius is not going anywhere, but I feel like this next episode, Cornelius is going to have a turn. Cornelius is going to start to, his eye is going to start to get opened a little more. That's what I'm hoping for. That, yeah, that we're going to see him spread his wings.
are
As
they? Because I think next episode they're supposed to be shrinking, as Aisha said. So I was like thinking, is anyone going? But I think someone did go home last season after retreat. But I don't know because they all the men seem to have connections. So I'm wondering, I don't know.
Mimi, Cornelius, and Zadia. Zadia. No, no, I'm sorry. She sings it. Zadia. That's Zadia. And then
Not Naeem
Zadia.
likes
And then I
Naeem.
was like, you know what? Naeem likes Naeem. Naeem likes Naeem. Dante likes Aisha and Zadia. Phil likes Shiloh. Walter likes Sabrina.
It'll only be Frank. It could be Frank because if Moomin finally comes to her senses and says, "I can't date a hypersexual man," if Sydney says, "You know what, I want to focus on Phil," then Frank could go home.
Sydney's not gonna, but Phil is focused on Shiloh.
But I don't know.
Mm. I feel like Phil is super focused on Shiloh. Hmm. I don't know. I'm still in the Dante. I could change that later on, but I still think that
I can't call it, y'all. I can't
can't
call
call
it.
it. I can't call it. Was this the last picture we had? Was
Yes, this is the end. This is the end of the episode.
that's hilarious. Y'all, okay, so everybody is saying Naeem. No, not everybody. Who's always Walter's not going anywhere.
But we do get to see the like fight go down between Aisha and
We do.
Zadia. That's kind of we've been waiting all season for that because they kind of led the season with that clip and they
Mhm.
took doggone 20 episodes to get to this 3-second clip. But I guess that might be the highlight. But you know, at the retreat, something always goes down because last season it was Alexis and Amber when they had the whole Judas debacle. Now this
You're
episode,
right.
and it's like it don't even make any sense for them to be going at it. So I'm like, I don't understand the tension between them, but we will see.
Celery '08 just brought something to my attention. Now we know that Camille's already been over to that house. But when are we actually going to see a one-on-one date with Cornelius and Camille?
Yes, they are on a lot of double dates.
Yeah, we haven't actually seen a one-on-one date with them. They've probably dated. Yeah. I think we should close out the show with the beautiful artwork. 'Cause yes, go back to this one piece. Go back to
Oh my
this artwork.
goodness.
It is a and he is a model. So
Wow.
I think that somebody commissioned him. I think that Aisha could handle all of these baby mamas. I think that she could get them right. Brooklyn can get them
Oh, I
right.
think I just have to click up here.
There
Yeah.
it is. Look at that. That's the real him, y'all. That's the real him.
This
Uh,
is y'all mans. This is who y'all going hard for. I can't with you.
yes, put the paint on one more time. Put the paint up one more time. Yeah, I think that's really him. But I also think that there's his love of Jesus. Um, that's how he was with old girl. You don't know. Old girl might not have liked him becoming a model and like traveling and stuff like that. We don't know what could have done to break them up. They could have been just friends in church,
Hmm.
saying that they weren't like really, really. Um, I love this Pick Candidants. I do, but they may have not have been like true exes. They could have been just
Uh-huh.
like church exes, which that's bad.
Skittle. Yeah, somebody was tasting the rainbow, all right. Mm-hmm.
I'm done. That's y'all.
Wasn't he
Picture seeing
I
Norman
think that's his
compared to
9 to 5. I think he is an electrical engineer, but he wants somebody he can rock a red carpet with.
yes,
So
that's what I'm saying. Like this is really him. Yes, he does. He loves the Lord, but he's also like this. That is him. That the many colors of he's very layered, and he's like this a different entity.
hey auntie.
So beta, Auntie. He is so beta. Hey, Auntie. Thank you for coming in. Yes.
Oh, what does Kimberly say? Let
Let
me go find him. I'ma DM him and see
listen.
Go ahead, girl. If that's what you want, go
Listen,
ahead.
were you in North Carolina, Kimberly? It's not just a hop, skip, and a jump to the DMV. Double
Kimberly.
minded? Y'all, I'm dead. That is so
I
funny.
am done.
I'm not going
Kimberly
to
is
I'm not going to do it, Kirk. I'm not going to you, Kirby. I'm not going to do it. So yes, I'm not going to do it. So don't even.
not the good old Spanx. Throw them Spanx on, girl, and get on that red carpet.
Girl, get on that red carpet. I'm not gonna do it. So Y'all, thank
Alrighty,
you.
y'all. Thank y'all
Right.
for tuning
Thank
in
you.
and handling through these technical difficulties we had at the beginning.
I'm gonna get it together. I got a new computer. Chrome and I have not been that have had a love hate relationship this week, but I will get it together, y'all. What's the theme of this art? I don't know, like African
Don't
light
put that on Africa. I don't think that's
with
African.
all of the green over here. I don't know. I don't know. Just the lights, the I don't know. Mm. We gotta name it. We gotta give it a theme. We gotta give this a. This was fun, y'all. This was fun.
It was.
Doing it, Chindy. I'm not messing with you, Chindy. Like I'm not messing with you because you ain't gonna get us messed up on this show. Because I'm trying to get what's his name? I'm trying to get Dallas. I want to have Dallas and Misha on here with some makeup tips, y'all. You ain't getting us messed up.
Okay, we got
Please, yeah,
the creative on Phil. We got Kimberly
yes,
on Cornelius. Y'all go ahead.
yes, the creative health and wealth. Please shoot your shot at Mr. Phil. Please do. He's a handsome guy. He actually reminds me of this actor. All right. This was so much
Yes, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Thank y'all for tuning in. And
fun.
we will be back next week with our live. We'll be back on Sunday next week.
Yes, we'll be back.
Sunday at 3 p.m. So make sure y'all tune in then, like, subscribe, and we
Yes.
will be back.
Like both of our channels, like both Crystal Annette on YouTube and Misha Allen. All right. Good night, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.